Think the rich just budget better or invest in stocks? Think again. Today we're revealing 5 unconventional habits the wealthy use to quietly build serious wealth. Habits no one taught you in school. These aren't the flashy things you see on Instagram. This is the real playbook, the behind-the-scenes routines that actually move the needle. I've spent years studying the invisible routines of people who don't just get rich, but stay rich. Once you adopt even one of these habits, your financial trajectory shifts. So grab a coffee, hit like, and let's get into it. Most people obsess over goals. Make $1 million, buy a house, retire early. We're taught to dream big, to set targets, to visualize the finish line. And while there's nothing wrong with ambition, focusing only on the end result can actually hold you back. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal, felt a surge of motivation, and then watched that energy fade away? The truth is, goals are exciting, but they're also fleeting. They give you direction, but not a roadmap. But the wealthy know, a goal without a system is just a wish. Imagine wanting to drive cross-country with no car or map. That's a goal with no system. You might know where you want to go, but you have no way to get there, and no plan for what to do when you hit a roadblock. The truly successful build systems, repeatable processes that make success inevitable. A system is the engine, not the destination. Hit a goal, and it's over. Build a system, and it keeps producing results. Systems are the habits, routines, and structures that quietly work in the background, compounding your efforts day after day. For example, automating a percentage of your paycheck into investments. No willpower needed, just automatic wealth building. You don't have to think about it, stress about it, or remember to do it. The system does the heavy lifting for you, rain or shine, or a 5-minute daily cash flow review. What came in? What went out? Are you on track? This habit keeps you in control. It's a small, consistent action that prevents big surprises and helps you spot opportunities or problems before they grow. Another, the weekly idea sprint. Block out an hour to brainstorm new income streams or ways to automate your life. This isn't just about making more money, it's about building a mindset that's always looking for ways to improve, optimize, and grow. Systems don't rely on motivation, they just run. Whether you're feeling inspired or exhausted, your systems keep moving you forward. That's the secret. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. Think McDonald's. Ray Kroc didn't invent the hamburger. He invented a system to deliver the same burger everywhere, every time. That system made billions. The magic wasn't in the product, but in the process that guaranteed results. No matter who was working the grill, your finances can work the same way. So stop just setting goals. Start designing systems. Automate your savings. Make it so easy and routine that you can't help but succeed, even on your worst days. Review your cash flow daily. This tiny habit repeated over time gives you clarity and control. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. Schedule a weekly idea sprint. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. The goal setter says, I want to be fit, and burns out. The system builder says, I work out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. No thinking, just doing. The difference? One relies on bursts of motivation, the other on a schedule that makes action automatic. Over time, the process always wins. Build an environment where success is the default. Don't force discipline, engineer it. Surround yourself with cues, reminders, and routines that make the right choice the easy choice. Without systems, even the best strategies fall apart. So, what's one system you can build this week? Start small, make it repeatable, and stick to it. Remember, it's not about overhauling your life overnight. It's about building a foundation that supports you day in and day out. That's how you stop wishing for wealth and start building it, brick by systematic brick. The future belongs to those who design it, one system at a time. Habit 2. Strategic boredom. The wealthy intentionally make their financial lives boring. While others chase the next hot thing, the rich quietly compound their wealth with simple, proven strategies. The news loves stories of overnight billionaires, but real wealth is built by methodically investing in things like index funds month after month, year after year. It's boring, but it works. Strategic boredom means finding a simple, effective strategy and sticking with it relentlessly. Consistency beats intensity every time. Dollar cost averaging into index funds is a classic example. Invest the same amount regularly, no matter what the market's doing. It's robotic, emotionless, and incredibly effective. The same goes for real estate. Buy quality property, rent it out, hold for decades. Not sexy, but it builds real wealth. Wealth is built in the quiet in-between times, when your systems are just working. Compounding is the magic ingredient, and it needs time and consistency, not drama. So how do you apply this? First, pick your boring strategy, like low-cost index funds. Make it the core of your portfolio. Automate your investments so you don't have to think about them. The less you tinker, the better. If you want excitement, use a tiny fun money account for risky bets, money you're prepared to lose. Let the rest of your wealth grow quietly and predictably. The media sells excitement, but the wealthy embrace simplicity. So find beauty in a consistent automated plan. Let others chase fireworks while you build a fortune with the slow, steady burn of compounding. Taxes. Most people dread them, but the wealthy treat tax strategy like a sport. For them, it's not just about paying what's owed. It's about playing the game smarter, using every rule to their advantage. They see the tax code as a complex puzzle, and they're determined to solve it better than anyone else. The average person thinks about income. The wealthy think about after-tax income and returns. They know that what you keep matters far more than what you make on paper. This isn't about evasion, it's about optimization. They're not looking for loopholes to break the law, but for opportunities to keep more of their hard-earned money, legally. The tax code is full of incentives for business owners, investors, and savers. These aren't hidden tricks. They're written right into the law to encourage certain behaviors, like investing in the economy or saving for retirement. The rich pay attention to these incentives. They actively seek out new credits, deductions, and strategies every year, making tax planning a year-round activity. Most people think about taxes once a year. The wealthy consider taxes with every financial move, every investment, every purchase, every sale. They ask, how will this affect my taxes? Before selling a stock, they think about capital gains. They might even hold on to an investment a little longer to qualify for lower long-term rates. Before buying property, they consider depreciation. They know real estate can offer powerful tax breaks, like writing off the value of a building over time. Before starting a business, they choose the most tax-efficient structure. LLC, S-Corp, C-Corp, each has different tax benefits, and the wealthy pick what fits their goals. The average person earns, pays taxes, then invests what's left. It's a simple formula, but it leaves money on the table. The wealthy often invest pre-tax, letting more money compound. By using accounts like IRAs, 401(k)s, and HSAs, they let their investments grow without the drag of annual taxes. Example, you and a colleague get a $10,000 bonus. It's a great feeling, but what you do next makes all the difference. They take it as cash and get $6,500 after taxes. Taxes take a big bite out of your reward. You put it in your 401(k) and invest the full $10,000. That's $3,500 more working for you from day one. Over decades, that difference is massive. Deductions matter too. Small choices today can mean tens or even hundreds of thousands more in the future. The wealthy maximize legitimate business expenses. Home office, business travel, even part of their car. They track every deductible dollar, knowing it all adds up. That's why so many wealthy people are business owners or real estate investors. The tax advantages are huge. These roles offer unique ways to reduce taxable income and build wealth faster. Tax planning isn't a chore. It's one of the highest return activities you can do. It's about being intentional, not just reactive. Saving 20 to 30% on taxes is like getting a guaranteed 20 to 30% return. There's no investment that reliably beats that kind of risk-free gain. So, what should you do? How can you start thinking like the wealthy when it comes to taxes? First, don't do your own taxes if they're complex. The rules change constantly, and mistakes can be costly. Hire a proactive CPA, they'll pay for themselves. A good advisor will help you plan ahead, not just file paperwork. Second, learn the basics. Tax-advantaged accounts, capital gains, deductions. Third, always think after tax. The more you know, the more you keep. When considering a job, look at benefits like 401(k) matches and HSAs. These perks can be worth thousands each year and are often overlooked. The wealthy treat the tax code as a playbook. They study it, adapt, and use it to their advantage, year after year. Ignoring it is like giving away a chunk of your wealth every year. The sooner you start thinking strategically about taxes, the more wealth you'll build over your lifetime. The wealthy are masters at finding asymmetric opportunities, where the upside is huge and the downside is limited. They don't just look for safe bets. They actively seek out situations where a small risk could lead to a life-changing reward. This mindset is at the core of how fortunes are built and multiplied over time. Most people trade time for money. Work an hour, get paid an hour. That's symmetry. Little risk, little reward. It's a predictable path, but it also puts a ceiling on your potential. You can only work so many hours in a day and your income is capped by your time and energy. The wealthy seek leverage, small input, massive output. They ask, how can I disconnect my income from my time? They look for ways to multiply their efforts so that one action can create value over and over again, even while they sleep. Starting a business is a classic example. You risk some time and money, but the upside is unlimited. If your business succeeds, it can generate income far beyond what you could earn working for someone else. Even a small side hustle can become a major source of wealth if it scales. A YouTube video or digital product can earn for years after you create it. This is the magic of creating assets, things that keep working for you long after the initial effort. One good idea, well executed, can pay dividends for a lifetime. Equity is another form of asymmetry. A salary is fixed, but equity in a company could be worth millions if things go well. That's why so many wealthy people focus on owning pieces of businesses, rather than just earning a paycheck. Early employees at startups often trade salary for the chance at a big payout. They accept more risk, but the potential reward is enormous if the company takes off. This is how many ordinary people have become millionaires, by betting on the right opportunity. Investing in high-leverage skills, like coding or sales, has a small cost but can transform your earning power. These skills open doors to opportunities that simply aren't available to those who stick to low-leverage work. Even in investing, the wealthy use a small portion of their portfolio for asymmetric bets. High risk, but potentially huge reward. They know that you don't need every bet to win, you just need one big winner to make a difference. They're not afraid of failure on these small bets. 9 can fail, but one big win makes up for all the losses. This approach requires patience and resilience, but it's how exponential growth happens. Most people avoid any loss, so they never get exponential growth. They play it safe, but in doing so they miss out on the opportunities that could truly change their lives. How do you start? Look for asymmetry in your life. Ask yourself, where can I take a small risk for a potentially big reward? It could be a new project, a new investment, or learning a new skill. Start a side project with low cost but big potential. The internet has made it easier than ever to launch something with minimal resources, whether it's a blog, an app, or an online store. When negotiating a job, ask for stock options or profit sharing. These can be worth far more than a small salary bump, especially if the company grows. Invest in a skill that could dramatically boost your income. The right skill can open doors to new industries, higher pay, and even entrepreneurial ventures. Stop trading time for money one-to-one. Plant seeds. Most won't sprout, but 1 or 2 can change your life. The key is to keep planting, keep experimenting, and not be discouraged by failure. That's the power of leveraging asymmetry. It's about thinking bigger, taking calculated risks, and giving yourself the chance to win big. Because sometimes, one bold move is all it takes to transform your future. The wealthy buy time before they buy things. When they get more money, they don't rush to buy a new car or watch. They look for ways to buy back their time. Money is renewable. Time isn't. You get 24 hours a day, period. Once it's gone, it's gone. So they use money to free up their time for what matters most. That means delegating or automating anything that isn't the best use of their skills. Pay someone $20 an hour to do a task so you can focus on $500 an hour work. It starts small. Grocery delivery, a cleaning service, a virtual assistant. Most people think, why pay for something I can do myself? The wealthy think, why do it myself if I can pay less than my time is worth? These aren't luxuries, they're investments. If you pay $25 for a task and earn $100 in that freed hour, you're making money. As wealth grows, they hire more help, not for leisure but to protect their time and focus for high-value work, family and health. Outsourcing daily tasks clears mental clutter, freeing up energy for big decisions and creative thinking. How do you start? Calculate your aspirational hourly rate. If you want your time to be worth $100/hour, don't do $20/hour tasks. Start by outsourcing what you hate or what eats up your time. This isn't laziness, it's strategy. The rich buy things last, they buy time first. That's the ultimate luxury. There you have it. Systems, strategic boredom, tax strategy, asymmetry, and buying back your time. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. They're fundamental shifts in how you approach money. The rich build wealth with quiet leverage. Deliberate, consistent habits that compound over time. You don't need a windfall. Just start with one habit this week. Automate an investment. Calculate your hourly rate and outsource a task. The power is in the action. If you found this valuable, hit like and subscribe. Download your free wealth habit checklist in the description. Next on Wealthfully Yours. The 6 money rules quiet millionaires live by. Until then, stay sharp, build smart, live free.